wasn't the lead or anything, but I was one talking about it. I was bullish, and they ran into those issues where it's like you guys aren't really official. This isn't an official like CTO, but now you're saying this is a totally official thing, huh?
Yeah, I mean, dude, look, again, let's kind of focus here on the bigger picture, in the grand scheme of things, okay? RITA today, you can grab 1% for $5,000, right? That is like 1.2, 1.3 ETH, okay? That's 1% of RITA right now. And you can get that. Here's the thing, here's the funny part, is that you can really get that right now with a single transaction, right? If you want to look at SPX, 1% is worth $12 million. So kind of put that in perspective. If you even have half a percentage of RITA, and when we go, not if, but when we go to where SPX is at, that is still $6 million. Like, in the grand scheme of things, you are not in a position to say, yeah, well, I'm not really sure. There's nothing that cannot make you more sure than knowing and acknowledging the fact that this is number two on deck screener right now, and
Oh
you
wow.
can pretty much own 1% for almost 20th. And when the day comes, not if, again, when the day comes that we are in direct path of SPX, that is worth $6 million. That is worth $12 million. That is worth millions.
Right.
Even
Yeah.
0.1% is going to be worth $1 million. So are you
Yeah.
really going to tell me that you can't take a risk where the risk reward ratio is this high? Like, we're not talking about a 10x, not a 100x. This is not even a 1000x. This is a 10,000x that we're talking about here.
Right. Yeah, yeah. No, I know. I tell people all the time. I'm like, you guys, you like when we're getting in these projects so early. It's like you shouldn't even be in a rush to like trade this stuff. Just accumulate, and
100%.
because you know what I mean. Because once, especially when retail gets here, in the next couple months, like they're just gonna come buy up all of this shit, and like a coin like Rita, it's gonna be bearish to say that it's not at like that it's not at 50 million or even 100 million. You know what I mean? Like because it's directly associated with one of the biggest coins of this cycle. It's in its universe, and yeah, I mean, I just I tell my community that all the time. Like, guys, you shouldn't be wasting the opportunity to just accumulate this stuff. You should be buying this stuff almost every day, little by little, or just ape. But like, I mean, where you're at because it's going to be going up. You know, yeah, I don't know. It's just crazy. But bro, like, tell me about like because people don't really know like who you are. Of course, you're not docs, but like when did you like first get into crypto? What made you want to get into crypto?
Yeah, man. Honestly, look, I've been in crypto since pretty much like the ETH ICO, right? And I've been
Wow.
around for a very long time where I even had the like chance to buy Bitcoin sub 10K. So you can kind of say that when someone has been around long enough where a lot of things have happened and he's witnessed them, you kind of gain a lot of knowledge and education in this space, right? When meme coins first launched, everyone thought this is just like a bubble or whatever, right? And then next thing you know, Solana comes in, ETH comes in, BNB, even Ton. So I have kind of like went in the path of thinking this is what the people want, right? People don't want the next Bitcoin. People don't want the next Ethereum. People don't want to replace what's already there, but they want to find the next big thing that's going to be in the race with those big things, right?
Right.
That's how the markets are positioned right now. People say, oh yeah, but we're never going to get an alt season like 2021 again, blah blah blah, whatever. I mean, sure, look, you might be right, but we have seen meme coin seasons every single week since they have launched. It is always meme coin season, right? It is always there.
Right.
It is always happening. The energy is always there. people want to make money, right?